sales and marketing go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other.
Absolutely. You need to have visibility, and marketing is it.
A lot of startups that don't succeed fail because they're too focused on the solution when it's actually the problem you have to target first.
You want to go to the market not with the product leading the way. You want to go to the market with the strategy leading the way, and the product supports the strategy. I want to be sustainable in business. I need to get sales.
And where do you think founders usually go wrong when pitching to partners or clients?
Look, that's a great question.
Hello, all you beautiful, beautiful people. Welcome back to Crewcasts. I'm your host, Ruchi. Today's episode is going to be very, very insightful and very exciting. We have a new member joining Skdiv. Welcome, John.
Hi, Ruchi. Hi, everyone. Good to see you.
Yes, it's very, very great to have you on the team. Would you like to introduce yourself and basically tell everyone how you came across Skdiv, what you do, and how you'll be supporting us?
Okay. My name's John Curzon. I've connected with Skdiv on a commercial development and investor relations role. And my role is to generate business, generate commercial outcomes with the business, and it's been really fun and also partly challenging to execute our goals. I come from a commercial background. I've worked for two large sports content aggregators, Stats Perform and Genius Sports. I have been responsible for licensing rights, data and streaming partnerships, also in sport, also esports. I've also been involved in a lot of technology partnerships with those businesses, but also other companies that I've worked for. I've come on board to really open up some doors for the business in regards to VC investment, partnership opportunities, essentially business development, to take the business that next step it needs to go.
Yes, that's so exciting. As we know, it's the year of the horse. So I'm hoping there's a lot of growth that happens with the business, and I'm sure you will be supporting us very well with that. So in terms of startups, why do you think so many startups struggle when it comes to sales and partnerships?
Look, with startups, and I've got a real passion for startups and people giving it a go, starting their own business, being entrepreneurial, and really trying to address some problems and essentially make money and be young business people and also older business people as well. But what essentially a startup needs to do is come up with a good idea. They also need to identify a problem that their idea is solving. Okay, and that's the first steps. Then there needs to be a market opportunity. You assess all those, and then it's getting visible, getting traction, getting runs on the board, if I can use those terms, and getting started. Having the right people in place, so there's a lot of moving parts. And most importantly, what starts a successful business is sales, is making money. Whether you're building momentum and getting a ton of people jumping on board, or you're executing sales, or you're selling a product and turning over inventory. So it gets competitive out there. We've got a big world. You're probably not the only person who's come up with that idea. So you've got to get to market quickly. You've got to get to market in a smart way that also creates visibility and gets some eyeballs on your business and your takeoff. The startup market is very competitive. I chatted with one angel investment firm last week, and for their last round, which is every quarter, they received 70 applicants. So you're looking at thousands of applicants that are bidding for VC investment, and it's competitive out there, and everyone's trying to get their slice of the pie.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I feel like marketing has such a huge role when it comes to sales and attracting the right partnerships. Like, you could be doing all the right things, but if you're not like branding yourself the right way, positioning yourself the right way, and marketing to the right audience, you're not going to get anywhere.
Absolutely. It's just getting visible, getting people to notice you, as well as getting traction out there. And if you've got a great idea, that's where you need to get people using your product, using your service, buying it, and that's where the wheels start moving.
I'd love to know more about how we're planning to sort of do that with Skdiv.
Okay, look, Skdiv first and foremost is great technology, okay, and that's the basis of the business. It is identifying a problem in the marketplace, which is suitable matchmaking for gamers. There's
A universal platform where we can build a community of gamers. Yeah.
It's bringing gamers together across all publishers and also connecting them. Most importantly, you're also collecting user data.
Yep.
That is one of the most important components or fuels of technology business. You collect user data. There's also an opportunity to build numbers by getting people to purchase Uptake Crew in their thousands, and we've hit around the 7,000 mark in just 4 months. But also there's technology partnerships which we're exploring as well on a B2B level. And that's important for the business to get credibility, get sales. I did mention that before, to get revenue in the door and to be a service provider with some technology. And there's a whole other ecosystem involved in Skdiv, which is the media side of the business, which you and I are involved in right now.
Yeah.
And also branching out into product and being involved in events as well.
Definitely, I agree. And from your experience, what would you say makes a startup genuinely scalable?
So being scalable is having that great idea, that problem-solving ability, but as well as getting that market traction. You need fuel behind you, so that's essentially funds. And connecting with the right people, and good investment partners can place you in front of partners, can help you, give you the bandwidth with their dollars and cents to allow you to approach the marketplace. You've also got good people who can articulate the business and get in front of potential clients, and that's where you get those sales and business opportunities. Sure, social media plays a role. You can offer a solution out there on TikTok or Meta, and it will take off in its thousands, and that's obviously an opportunity as well. Being part of one event as well, which takes off. So they're all opportunities, and a small business needs to pick the right one.
Definitely. And where do you think founders usually go wrong when pitching to partners or clients?
It's always a learning curve, dealing with partners and VC firms. Every VC firm is a slightly different conversation. You are dealing with people, so you need to understand what their requirements are and what's going to work. So where it can go wrong is you're just not reading the room and not picking the right vocabulary and discussion points and putting those right points in front of them. You may have a slide deck that's slightly off-putting, or a slide that's out they may not like, but you need to have that ability to connect with your potential investors and engage them, and that's essentially what needs to be done. Certainly some revenue in the door initially, and there's an appropriate profit and loss where the business is not making money, is making money, and that's ideal. But having said that, technology businesses traditionally don't make money when they're starting out.
I feel like it has a lot to do with earning trust in the market as well. How would you say a young company that isn't very developed, how does it earn trust in the market?
So a business like Skdiv is just getting users on board, user sign-ups. I mean, our goal for Skdiv is to be 500,000 users by the end of this year of 2026. So that will be trust.
Yeah.
That will be, a small city of people that's called Skdiv. And once you start getting that scale, then people start noticing you, and then you get the business opportunities that flow in. Having the right people on board in your business that project a good image, that can articulate what the business is about and what it's going to achieve, and articulate the vision, that also provides trust to the marketplace as well.
Yeah, I agree. And currently, in terms of marketing, Skdiv is pretty active in terms of its podcast episodes and social media as well. But did you have any suggestions as to how we could elevate our marketing presence?
Certainly, the more and smart social media presence is generally the better in this world. We are appealing to the Gen Z audience.
Yes.
So social media is a key element to it. But also, there's also the physical elements too that I like. Going to gaming conferences, connecting with gamers face to face, talking to them, interviewing them, bring them onto media platforms such as this, bring influencers or streamers onto here who can articulate what they enjoy about gaming and talk about what they like about Skdiv. So it's a whole bunch of marketing opportunities that need to be explored. Mm-hmm. Going to conferences and having B2B discussions with other partners are also key. Those involved in the industry to connect on a business level are important as well. Just being visible, and visibility is online, face-to-face, events, community and conferences.
But I definitely agree with the fact that you mentioned social media, because in terms of gaming, the majority of our target market, our audience, are going to be gamers, and their presence on social media is quite out there, right? So I definitely think having influencers on the podcast, especially in the gaming sort of realm, would be a great way for them to learn more about what Crew does, and also for us to showcase how other gaming influencers are using our platform as well.
Yeah. We're really interested in getting streamers and influencers on this podcast and to talk about their gaming experiences, what they like about gaming, what they don't like, what their hopes and dreams are with gaming. And that's important because it is a community at the end of the day. They are very separate with the certain publications and publishers they use, but we just want to hear all their stories and talk about gaming in general, and that's what Skdiv is about, connecting people across the gaming networks.
Absolutely. And what's something you'd tell founders who want real long-term growth? What's one piece of advice you'd give them?
Sales cures all, and that's an important thing in business. But long-term growth is really evolving your product over time, being profitable, making money, being investable, and keeping the funds ticking over the business, hanging on to your key staff, also being innovative, challenging yourselves internally so you offer the market what it needs externally, being really connected with your audience, listening to your customer base, as well as always looking for new growth opportunities and having a growth mindset. That's really important. Continually growing and investing in the business, and also have fun on the way. That's important as well.
Absolutely. You mentioned sales with a lot of emphasis. I feel like that always comes from like a place of bias based on what sector you're...
What I do.
Yeah. And for me, if anyone asked me this question, I'd be like, marketing, marketing, marketing.
Yep.
Yeah. But I agree. And I feel like sales and marketing go hand in hand. Like you can't have one without the other. That makes sense.
Yep. You need to have visibility, and marketing is it. I mean, if I'm selling hats, okay, if I'm going to sell the best cap on the market and it's got all these features, I want to be sustainable in business, I need to get sales. I need to have a good online shop, I need to go have a good retail presence, and I need to sell my hats. And that means I can continually invest in my inventory and create more styles of hats. And sales helps all. Whether it's social media, promoting my hat business, or being part of events which creates that demand for my product. That's important.
Absolutely. Okay, so John, do you ever feel that founders sometimes focus a bit too much on the product and not enough on the commercial side?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good question. Need to have that right product first and foremost, but there also needs to be the right strategy. And so you want to go to the market not with the product leading the way, you want to go to the market with the strategy leading the way, and the product supports the strategy. And that's very important. There needs to be visibility. You need to have someone who can sell the business, and someone like a Steve Jobs was fantastic. He could articulate the business, he could sell the business, and he could engage a crowd. But most importantly, he had a good technical knowledge. He had people with stronger technical knowledge that worked for him or were the other original founders, but he could articulate the vision of the business and the strategy of the business. And you know, he was pretty tough cookie. He said, look, this is how the business is going to go, and this is what I want it to look like. And Apple is a $1 trillion business these days. So that's an example. So product is a key, but strategy is also a key, and the two need to support each other.
How would you describe Skdiv's strategy at the moment?
It's evolving, and it's technology-led. Also, with our conversations with potential partners, that's going to develop strategy of the business. So we need to get partnerships, and we are seeking partnerships with other businesses on a technology perspective. But direct to consumer, we are connecting with the gamers of the world, providing them with a fantastic product, which is Crew, so they can communicate, so they can share, so they can watch ads, so they can develop Crew coins and currency, and courtesy the blockchain. So that's an important element there, because the technology is supporting their social interaction with gaming. All in all there, we're collecting data of all the users that are using Crew, and we're connecting gamers with our media side of the business and moving into other areas. So all that is important. It's just picking the right opportunities and focusing on our specific strategy, which is partners, which is the consumer, which is the gamer, as well as, dare I say it, those sales that are important to the business.
Yes.
And getting out there in the marketplace. So.
Absolutely. And I'm sure our audience is wondering, because I don't think we've touched on this yet, how did you come across Skdiv?
Div and I connected via LinkedIn, and we all know that, and Crew's a little bit like LinkedIn. It brings people together, but we connected, we caught up and had a coffee, and really it was interesting listening to Div with his understanding of gaming, what he regarded was a problem in gaming, and how he's developed Skdiv with the Crew technology. It was really interesting to hear the team that he's built, and Div's background with computer science and his physics background. So it was a bit of a no-brainer, saying, I think this business has got a great lot of opportunity. Let's give it a red hot go. Rolled the sleeves up, and here we are. But it was essentially over a cup of coffee. We sat and chatted for at length what the business is hoping to achieve, and how we're going to go about it.
And do you think investors tend to focus more on the product, or the reliability and the work ethic and the personality of the founder?
They reflect on all, and every investor is slightly different. Investors will focus on the founders. Do they have credibility? Do they have a good technical background? Do they have a good sales and marketing background? Can they promote the vision? Also, does that product identify a problem, and is it going into the marketplace with the right strategy? They also want to understand, is it making money initially? What does the P&L look like? And that is something your traditional VC firms will look at it. Is it making money? So it's all those three things. Most importantly, they're probably believing in the idea and believing in the people that are associated with a business, and it's like backing someone in a job. They essentially putting their money behind someone to achieve an outcome for them, which is a return on their investment, and take them on the journey.
Yep, absolutely. And what would you say usually matters more in the beginning? Would it be the idea, the people, or the execution?
I'd say all three. I mean, idea is most important. It's identifying that problem and saying, I've got an idea that's going to fix that.
Yeah.
Then once you have that idea, you go, okay, how am I going to execute? What's my strategy to execute? Then it's bringing in those right people that are going to help you do that. So you may have a technical background, and I need to connect with someone who's got a more commercial background to help grow the business. So those two skill sets work well. Hey, and they need to get on as well. You need to feel, can I work with this person? Can I sit up and go through the highs and lows of a startup, and is this person going to stick with us through the hard times, but as well as the good times? So they're important things with startups, is all those three, but develop your idea, bring in the right people, and develop a strategy to execute.
I don't know why. I feel like I've done this on a few podcasts before as well. I always relate this back to the double diamond framework. I feel like a lot of startups that don't succeed fail because they're too focused on the solution when it's actually the problem you have to target first. You know, they'll come up with multiple solutions, but they're not clear on the problem, and that's why they don't succeed. Would you agree with that?
Look, it's okay to come up with a solution and just go to market and adjust as you go. I mean, you will learn just via the school of hard knocks. You will learn by just trial and error, but it's best you start moving forwards than not. If you're trying to be perfect, that other person with a similar idea will blow past you. And so get out there to market. Even if it's not perfect, it's okay. Just keep progressing forwards, adapt, and then back your idea, back your strengths and abilities, and you will eventually get there, as well as don't run out of money. So that's an important thing.
Yeah, and this is a question that I'm very interested to know. You have so much knowledge around startups. Have you ever considered creating one of your own?
I had a business. I've ran business and sold that. However, yes is the short answer, but it just comes down to timing, connecting with the right people at the time, and identifying a solution, a problem, and with your solution out there. So short answer is yes, but I'm doing some good work with Skdiv at the moment, so hanging in there.
Yes. So John.
Yes.
Not that John. So John, I do know that you're very active, and you know, you have a lot of hobbies, including playing a lot of sports and gaming. So tell us more about that.
Look, I come from a sports background. I'm a tennis player from many years ago. I went through coaching of tennis and was very engaged with the sport of tennis. I'm a Tennis Australia high performance coach. I've coached at a Grand Slam level with some players going back some years back, and also taking away junior tennis players overseas. I've even the likes of, you may have heard of Jelena, Dokic and Lleyton, Hewitt, who are now Davis Cup captains and commentators. I took those guys overseas.
Can I just ask, have you met Ash Barty?
Have I met Ash Barty? No.
Oh, she's my favourite.
She's a superstar. No, I haven't met her.
How about Nick Kyrgios?
Nick Kyrgios, no, but he loves gaming, so we want to connect him with Skdiv.
Oh, that would be a dream.
Yeah, so
that would be a dream.
He's
Manifesting
one I want to reach out to. Nick, we're after you. Yeah. But we're going to reach out anyway. All your managers.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. He's from Canberra as well.
He's from Canberra, yes.
Yeah.
He got received a lot of coaching from a fellow I used to work with, Todd Larkham. So Todd, if you're listening, hello. But Todd worked with Nick and developed him as a young player. So I do have a, how would I say it, an arm's length relationship with Nick, even though I haven't met him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've involved in tennis. I also was involved in coaching. I've generally kept fit and shape, and that's something I recommend all people in startups do. It just keeps you mentally fresh. You have a fresh body and a fresh mind. I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I do MMA training, and I box, and that's something I enjoy quite a lot, and I do that at least 4 or 5 times a week.
And we have a fractured finger.
And I've got it's either sprained or fractured, but I'm just trying to keep it nice and not moving and no swelling. But that was from just doing some training, taking down a 95 kilogram fellow I was training. But anyway, that's all good fun. So having a bit of fun. But no, I enjoy the physicality, and probably what I enjoy the most of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's like tennis or grappling. It's hard. It's problem solving, and you've got to work things out under pressure. Otherwise, you get crunched or choked or tapped out or your arm broken.
Oh no.
But it's all good fun.
Yeah, I did MMA for about like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh my god, my knuckles were completely bruised, and then after that I was like, I don't think this is for me. Yeah.
No, it hooks you, but anyway, the peripheral part of your body always cops are hiding. Your fingers, your toes, your ears. So they're things you've got to manage, the little injuries, but it's all good fun.
Yeah. And when you're not scaling businesses and startups, what do you like to do in your free time?
Well, it's the training. I connect with my family. We do things. I'm involved with coaching some junior basketball, and that's really through my son and his friends. And those guys are quite good, and I enjoy helping young people achieve their goals, and that's the coach in me. I like working with startup businesses and help them growing, and that's got some synergies. So they're things I do. Spend time with my family, and really look. I've got a dog too, which I really like, and we spend some time together as well.
Oh, that's so cute. I really want a dog.
Dogs are great.
Big responsibility.
They're very soulful animals.
Yeah. But you have to take them on walks, and then if they wake up in the middle of the night, you have to wake up.
I've got a big dog. Oh, she's an American pit bull, so she's you've got to keep them entertained, otherwise they get pesty.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you guys loved listening to John. We're definitely very, very grateful to have him on the team. John, how are you feeling? How was the episode for you?
I'm feeling great. It was nice and relaxing. It was a good chat, good company.
Yes.
So, and I like talking about what Skdiv is doing and what it wants to achieve. And that's a really exciting journey to be part of. So, good fun. Thanks,
Absolutely.
Ruchi, for having me.
No worries. Well, that's it for today's episode. Stay tuned for the further ones to come, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Bye. But I feel like we need to make it a bit more
exciting,
fun, like, like not too serious, like have a laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, give me a knock-knock joke or something. What do you call a bear without an ear? Buh.
Knock, knock.
Is it that big?
Who's there?
One up.
One up who?
Oh my god.